this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
Still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan recently reacted to Manny Pacquiao's new training footage at 46 years old, calling it unbelievable. He said it's crazy how Pacquiao, despite being nearly 50, still hits hard and moves like a much younger fighter. His speed, power, and sharpness haven't faded, and he still looks phenomenal. According to Rogan, Pacquiao is anything but normal.
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is in a league of his own. He doesn't rely on trash talk or hype. He proves everything inside the ring. Even at 46, his discipline, speed, and power speak louder than words. Pacquiao remains focused, humble, and dangerous, showing he's still a serious threat in the ring.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat, even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude. Right. Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just like,
don't say that. Yeah.
Okay.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Recent training footage of Pacquiao has reignited discussion. A short clip shows him hitting pads with sharp focus and unexpected speed. His punches come in rapid combinations, and his movement hints at the same elusive footwork that once troubled elite opponents. Even at 46, there's a spark in his rhythm, a reminder of the explosive style that made him a boxing legend. Joe Rogan has often expressed deep admiration for Manny Pacquiao's extraordinary career, highlighting his unprecedented achievement of winning world titles in 8 different weight divisions. Rogan emphasized how rare and impressive that accomplishment truly is. He marvels not only at the number of titles, but also at Pacquiao's incredible speed and agility, especially for someone his size. Rogan once compared Pacquiao's legs to tanks, praising their power and endurance. That unique combination of speed and strength made Pacquiao a dominant force across multiple weight classes.
This boxer, maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it. Like that I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school. And the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to him. And it was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs. Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah. And the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power.
Speed. Everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight would have took place many, many years before than when it did, you know?
Well, it also took place and Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight.
Rogan has also speculated on how explosive a fight between Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather could have been had to happen earlier in their primes. He believes that such a bout would have broken the internet, dominating headlines and captivating millions. His comments reflect not just admiration for Pacquiao's skills, but also a recognition of the scale of his legacy. According to Rogan, Pacquiao is more than just a great boxer. He's a global icon whose impact goes far beyond the sport.
Some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that ever
Yeah, and he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Combat analyst Ryan Campbell offered insightful commentary on Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46. He highlighted the challenges of facing a younger, stronger opponent like Mario Barrios, but drew comparisons to George Foreman's famous comeback. Campbell noted that in boxing, age doesn't always tell the full story. History has shown that veteran fighters can sometimes deliver one last burst of greatness in a single unforgettable performance.
8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC is going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent...
Campbell also assessed Pacquiao's current physical abilities. While clearly past his prime, Pacquiao still possesses hand speed that's competitive with many average fighters today. Campbell noted that although some explosiveness has declined, his footwork and instincts remain sharp enough to give him an edge over less skilled welterweights. The boxing world remains divided. Some fans believe he can still perform at a high level, while others recall his last fight 5 years ago, where he didn't look like his old self. This mix of hope and caution captures the uncertainty around his comeback.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was a one-time, one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
Speculation is growing that the fight against Mario Barrios is just the beginning of a larger comeback plan. Rumors suggest that a win could set up a massive showdown with Gervonta Tank Davis. Some believe Barrios was strategically chosen as a winnable challenge to help Pacquiao build momentum and generate hype. This kind of matchmaking is common in boxing comebacks. Early fights often serve to test a legend's readiness and market appeal.
Basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank and Pac.
Okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year, so he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who.
One of the most symbolic parts of Pacquiao's return is his pursuit of the WBC welterweight title. the same title that marked his rise to global fame early in his career. This full circle moment adds a poetic element to the story, turning the bout into more than just a fight. It's a meaningful attempt to reclaim the belt that helped define his legacy.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28 in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story.
Despite his age and time away from the ring, many experts and fans believe Pacquiao still has what it takes to defeat Barrios. His career, filled with victories over boxing's greatest, supports the belief that he remained a formidable competitor. A win wouldn't just boost his legacy, it would also silence critics who question whether he still belongs at the elite level.
Oh, Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. All right? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. I do, and like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.